Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Cosmikology webinar. If you guys are just hopping on now, say hello and where you're coming from. I'm going to add on our panelists here in just a moment once they hop on, and we're going to get this show on the road. So if you guys can see me and hear me, please say hello and where you guys are coming from. All right. So excited to be doing this. You guys, we haven't done one of these yet. So you guys are going to get to meet the formulators today and really the brains behind this brand, which is our vice president of marketing and product development. She'll be on here as well. All right, let's see, where's everybody at here? One sec, guys. Okay, here we go. We're going to make her a panelist. Good morning, Judy Stallings. All right. Okay, we just waiting for James to hop on here and then we can get this party started. Hey, Amy. All right, is this showing up good for you guys on live stream just to make sure? All right, here we go. All right, Amy, we just need James in here. Once he jumps in, I can make him a panelist so that everybody can see his pretty face as well.
Yeah, he is jumping on right now.
Let me just share my screen so you guys can see what we're doing here. Can you guys see this all right? All right. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so we just need our guy and then we're good. He was just on our last call here, so I know he's just trying to get in here.
Yeah,
here we
he
go.
says he's on.
All right, here we go. I see him. There we go. There he is. Hey, James. All right, so I can see you guys all in the chats. Good morning from Las Vegas. Karen's on, Linda's on, Judy's on. Hello, hello. Okay, so we've never done one of these before. So thank you guys for hopping on. We're gonna hopefully get all your questions answered. I know people want to know really like what makes cosmecology different? Why is it different than what's out there? Why is it the best of the best? You guys know we don't do anything that's not the best. Hempworks started that trend and we have to finish it with all the rest of our brands, of course. So yeah, so let's get through it. So first I want to introduce a couple people that are on here today. James, feel free to show your beautiful face so everybody can see you. We have James on. He is an amazing product formulator. He's got years and years of experience, amazing connections all over the world, and he's really helped put this whole line together. So talking about the chemist, the science, the sourcing, from you name it, like he's the genius behind this brand, and he's going to get to share with you guys today a little bit about what went into making this brand and why it stands out from everything else out there. We also have Amy Johnson on. She's our vice president of marketing and product development. She wears lots of hats here, and you'll get to hear from her as well. So let's get right into it. So you guys, before actually I jump into this, Amy, is there anything you want to share, or James, anything you want to share before we get started?
Yeah, I just tell you a little bit about my background and where I come from. I've been in the beauty industry for almost 15 years. My background is really on the brand side. So I understand what brands really need and what brands, what they're really looking for in this ever-changing industry. So I come from hair. I work for hair care brands, color brands, as well as a Beauty Blender. So Beauty Blender, as you know, that's the pink sponge. That sponge is an amazing brand in terms of really knowing what quality color cosmetics are, as it's a tool. So I had a lot of training in terms of color cosmetic formulation and just knowing when a product is good and when it feels good. So beauty is my passion. So I'm there in the lab. I should have worn my lab coat today, But being in the lab is such a gift because you really get to see all these beautiful formulas start from just raw materials and then being mixed and milled. And so I can't just say enough how amazing this product line is and how clean it is, which is such a hard thing to actually achieve.
Yeah, so basically, you guys, that was kind of the whole philosophy behind cosmecology to begin with. I always loved the beauty and cosmetic industry, but I had the skin that I couldn't wear it for more than 2 days in a row before I had a massive breakout. And I even tried the clean brands out there and I was getting the same result. And then, I'm no scientist. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for on makeup ingredients. And you guys know they're like pages long. And to just sit there and have to like Google in every single ingredient, I didn't have time for that. But what I did have time for was putting something together that really worked. I wanted the performance of these top brands out there, but I didn't want to compromise on ingredients that were going to make my skin react. I don't know if you guys know this, but even at our conventions, I'm going backstage, get my makeup done. By the end of the event, my face is completely inflamed. Like day 3 of convention, my skin looks 100 times worse than it did on day 1. And I would literally have to detox my skin for a week after that just to get everything out. And so I was like, man, we really need like cosmetic line that doesn't do this to your skin, for people that have sensitive skin or people that don't want to accelerate aging prematurely. This is for you. So I used an example, we want to do right by the planet, right? We want to do right by our skin. We want to choose the right thing, but we don't want to compromise when it comes to performance. If you've ever used those like recycled toilet paper or recycled paper towels, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, it feels right to buy this brand, but man, I got to use the entire roll to get the same effect as, the competitor that isn't doing that. So I think that's, what really makes this brand special is not only does it feels good on your skin, it treats your skin while it's on there, but it also performs like some of the best out there. So yeah, so let's get right into it. So cosmetology is clean makeup that performs better than premium brands. So let's talk about just the beauty industry in general. I don't know if you guys know this, but the US is very, very behind when it comes to regulations on cosmetic ingredients. Okay, they have not updated their cosmetic ingredient standards since 1938. That's a long time. Like, I guess the government's busy, I don't know, but they really are not putting any energy into protecting us over here. And in the US, we monitor our food, we monitor the drugs that are getting out there, we monitor all this other stuff. But when it comes to cosmetics, they have not caught up to the times in what really matters to consumer health. Certain chemicals are in cosmetic ingredients. They've been linked to serious health concerns. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this too, but your skin's your largest organ. We can't neglect it. We can't just say like you can put anything on your face and it won't affect the rest of your body. Your skin is part of your body. So of course, this kind of stuff matters. There's health concerns such as cancer, endocrine disorders, neurological disorders. There's been hormone disruptors in ingredients. And so you may not even know why your body's acting the way why it's acting. And it could be linked to what you're putting literally on your skin. There's over 50 common allergens plus, in cosmetic products, 120 cosmetic ingredients shown to trigger breakouts, redness, and irritation. And there's some synthetic fragrances and colors out there that can create a whole host of skin problems for you. So that's just some facts. That's like literally, that's the problem that's out there. And that's the problem that cosmetology is solving for lots of people right now. So here's the cosmetology difference, you guys. It's one of the cleanest cosmetic brands on the market today. And I do really feel like we're ahead of the times. Not everybody's even on this trend yet. Like, not everybody's even thinking about it yet. The major companies out there are just now starting to make changes now. And we've already done that. So we're like, forget the US standards, as we've just identified, there really aren't any. But cosmetology meets the EU and Credo clean standards. And we're going to get to that. I'm going to actually have James talk about what that really means on the next couple slides here. But this performs better. It's literally makeup artist approved out there. And on top of that, you're going to get skin beneficial formulas that don't have the allergens. They don't have all that junk that's in it. Forget about having a clean line that doesn't wreck your skin, it's a whole nother conversation to have a line that is also treating your skin. It's giving you, beneficial ingredients that are going to help your skin. So I love that about that. Now we've got beautiful shades for all skin tones. I know some people have said, is this like only for white people? And we're like, no, it's not. It's literally for all skin tones. It works for everybody. And that's actually part of our brand extension, which we'll be talking about here in the next few minutes. Now, like we said, it does not contain any of the aforementioned ingredients, and we never will do that. So it's something that you can trust. So here's the cosmetic standards. So the US only bans 11 ingredients. 11. The EU, on the other hand, they ban over 1,500 ingredients, which is great. So that was a great place for us to start. But the Credo Clean is really what it's all about. And this is where I really want to hand it over to James to kind of dive deep on what does this mean. Not everybody really knows what this means. We say it a lot, we throw it out there a lot. Oh, it's Credo Clean. But can you just kind of dive deep on what that means, James?
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. So Credo is an actual retailer, and they have retailers all around the country. And right now, I would say Credo is leading the standard in terms of clean formulations. So every brand that they offer on their website, also in store, meets their Credo list, the dirty list. And Credo has done such a good job leading clean formulations and clean beauty that they have now become, I would say, the go-to in terms of brands meeting the clean sort of standard. And brands right now are leaning toward referring to their brand as Credo Level Clean. I would say one, because they are the cleanest. So there's over 2,700 ingredients that are not allowed that is on their dirty list. And they range from cancer inducers, hormone disruptors, allergies, ingredients that really are a little too abrasive for the skin, ingredients that are toxic to the environment, and obviously ingredients that are toxic to the human body. So from experience on work, and when chemists are on the bench, and you'll hear that phrase a lot in terms of formula development, that means when they're working on a formula. So given the experience on the bench, it is so difficult to actually formulate clean formulations because there's a lot of those commodity items that give formulas the texture, the overall performance that everyone are used to using. They're incredibly dirty, and they make formulas really work quite well. And that is the feat right now in the industry, is having clean ingredients that are safe for the body, safe for the environment, that actually work really well. We only formulate, of course, Credo Level Clean standard of formulas, and the ingredients that we have, the vegan alternatives that we have for these commodity items that give its beautiful texture and performances, these ingredients are top notch. And that is such a value-based perspective in terms of the formulas that you're getting with this line, is that so incredibly clean, but at the same time too, they work really, really well.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I thought I was muted for a moment.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry. I muted myself too. I'm like talking to myself. But is there anything that you want to share on this? Because I know you're kind of the brains behind this. You helped really put this together, you and James together. So is there anything that you'd like to add with Credo Clean? Yeah.
You know, I have to say this is a great standard to follow when you're creating cosmetics. The EU standard is obviously great, and that's an extensive list that you have to go through and make sure that your formulas meet those standards. But also the Credo Clean standard is fairly new. And when James and I worked on the formulas for Cosmikology, we wanted to make sure that had all of these things that line up with the Credo Clean standards. We worked a long time on these formulas to get them right where they wanted to be. And it is a really hard thing to have clean formulas that also perform really well. So it's just an amazing line of products. I'm really proud, and that we were able to achieve everything that our goal was with this line of products.
Now, before we go to our next slide, which is going to be all about performance in our product line, James was sharing something really kind of shocking that I'd like him to kind of repeat to you guys here. Let's talk about ethics. So forget about this is good for your skin and it's good for whatever. Like, let's talk about the sustainability side. Let's talk about the ethics side. Like, the beauty industry's got kind of a dark trail attached to it, right? It's not all rainbow and sunshine when you're buying a product. Like, sometimes there's child labor involved. Like, there's sweatshops involved. Like, it's not always great just because you're buying a line that has great marketing. So James, can you talk a little bit about that, kind of the ugly side of beauty?
Yeah, for as much there's so much beauty in the beauty industry, there's some ugliness in the beauty industry. Mica is an ingredient that is in almost every color cosmetic formulation. Mica is a mineral, and mica has shine, right? So anything that has a pigment of any kind of pearl, any kind of luster, mica is used. The interesting story about mica is that mica is a mineral that is almost in every single product that we use. It's in cell phones, it's in our televisions. It's actually also in the airplane industry uses this mica for a lot of their engines. So mica is an ingredient that gives luster, but at the same time too, it holds a lot of heat, exactly why it's used in electronics. So the way that mica is sourced is in mines. And in India especially, there's a lot of child labor in these mining of mica. And you imagine children barefooted in mines, hammering away to mine and cultivate this mineral. So it's extremely unsafe, in terms of like breathing. These kids are breathing in this harm. I would say this kind of mineral that's not good for the lungs, right? So they're not protected. So every single mica supplier that we use ensures, and it's provided by documentation, that it's child-free labor. So that's something that's really not discussed quite a bit in beauty, just because ethically sourced mica is more expensive than mica that is mined by children. So in terms of a value perspective, these formulations are extremely, I would say, worth the money, because you're getting ethically sourced mica that is quite expensive.
And that's just one ingredient. I mean, there's lots, that you can really dive into. And, for an industry that has so little regulation, like, I feel like this is an important conversation to have. When CBD first came out, you guys know that there was no regulation. There's still not a lot of regulation. You can literally go to the gas station and buy CBD right now, or you think you're getting CBD, but what's inside the bottle doesn't necessarily mean it's on the label. And so we went one step further to give you guys the documentation, to give you the proof that, hey, what we're selling you on the label is exactly what's in the bottle. And that's the same philosophy that we've brought onto Cosmikology as well. So let's move on to our premium performance. Why is this so amazing? Like, why does it work? Like, I asked James this, what makes these products superior? Forget about Credo Clean for a minute. Why does it work, James?
Yeah, these formulas are very strategic in terms of the ingredients. So we've ensured that, one, the formula is stable, right? Everyone wants a formula that is going to maintain its shape and texture over time. So these are incredibly stable formulas, and they're amazing in terms of performance. So we've ensured that we have given these formulas an amazing balance of ingredients that help give you a beautiful payoff, a color payoff, beautiful texture, beautiful lie down, no creasing. It's going to stay on the skin and become like a second skin sort of like finish. Even with the eyeshadows have that one swipe of color, so it really does not take much to actually get that beautiful payoff that you're looking for. So we've made sure that, again, clean formulas, and in terms of lie down and performance, it lays perfectly on the skin. And that's one thing that we ensure. Amy never receives a formula option that is not beautiful on the skin. So I make sure that I only supply great options that we've perfected on the bench. So that's one thing Amy is amazing at. Amy has a great eye for good product. So she's very quick to tell me this is not the best. We need to go back on the bench and perfect it a little bit more.
You guys,
Yep.
and I've been somebody that struggled with skin for my entire adult life. I was like, I had great skin as a teenager, and then I became an adult and my skin just like went to crap. I was like, what the heck? And I've never gotten a compliment like, oh, your skin looks so great. I got a compliment 2 days ago from one of the biggest, industry leaders in the entire network marketing industry. He said, my wife will love you for 2 reasons. One, you've got good eyebrows, and two, you've got great skin. And I thought, you know what? Like cosmetology's literally changed my life, because that's the 2 reasons are both because of cosmetology. So, but it's a premium performance brand, and you guys, it's not just me that feels that way. Amy, I know you've been working with Monica. This is Monica here in this photo here, she's on the left. And she's a professional and celebrity makeup artist. She does our makeup at our events, and she loves this makeup brand. Is there anything you want to say about that, Amy?
Yes, I've been working with Monica for a while now, and also some other makeup artists in Vegas, and they work on a lot of celebrities. They're on, backstage behind major shows. The Emmys was a recent one where Monica was using our makeup on celebrities. She absolutely loves our line, and she will attest that it does perform better than premium brands. So, brands that makeup artists are used to using, because the color lay down is so good and the color payoff. And she absolutely loves our makeup. She's been putting it on celebrities, and they're asking, what is this makeup? It feels great on my skin. Love the colors, the shades, the performance, all of it. So, and we're going to partner with more makeup artists as well, because it's just a great line for makeup artists to use on their clients.
And a little goes a long way. I know James was just starting to say that. The value that you're getting, you can easily spend $200-300, on competitors, or you can buy one of ours, which is very inexpensive for what you're getting, and it lasts literally forever. So let's get into our products though, because that's really what this is all about. Amy, did you want to kind of touch on each of these as far as?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure. So these are the categories that we have in the line. The first one called Aura, that represents the complexion products. Sol is for our eye products, and Nova is for our lip products. So that's how we've kind of categorized each set of products, so that that's clearly defined, and that it's easy to find what you want. And you'll see this throughout the web pages, all of our different categories. And we have beautiful shades in each of the categories. Our Aura, let's start with that, our moisturizing primer. This product is amazing. If you haven't used a primer before, I encourage you to. It really helps with your foundation and prepping the skin. It's very moisturizing to the skin. Everyone that I've talked to that have used primers in the past, they absolutely love our primer. And it visibly fills in lines and wrinkles. It really creates a smooth, beautiful canvas for before you apply your makeup. James, do you want to talk a little bit more about the primer and what you put in it to make it perform so well?
Yeah, so with primers, the overall goal, right, is to set up that skin to be the perfect canvas before you put any color, any product on top. So this one is a beautiful formulation. It has vitamin E. So vitamin E is an extremely strong antioxidant. So antioxidants really help to ensure that skin is healthy and radiant and beautiful. So vitamin E is a constant ingredient that is throughout the line. And there's these capric triglycerides, they're fatty acids, they're naturally fatty acids in coconut. So you have all those beautiful hydrating benefits of coconut. That coconut oil is really going to ensure that your face is hydrated and definitely not irritated. And coconut oil is great for the skin because it does not clog any pores. So this formula is going to give you that perfect canvas. It's going to allow whatever you put on top to really adhere to the face. So that means the foundation, the concealer, anything you put on top is going to have long-lasting wearability on the face. So this primer is the perfect start to layer anything on top.
I've even demoed this product on my hands before, you know, for any or in other people's hands to let them see the difference. And literally they put it on one hand and not the other. And they see like the little wrinkles and lines in their hands just begin to kind of fade away and smooth out. And they're like, wow, like already before I don't even need makeup now because, you know, this primer is kind of already doing its magic. So, but of course we want to be extra. So we're going to go one step further. And so let's talk about our concealer. Amy, would you like to explain a little bit about our concealer, why it's the best, why we love it, and also maybe
Yes.
about some of the darker shades that are coming?
Yes, so our concealer is great. It hides dark spots and imperfections, but it's also great for the fact that I'm sure many of you have used concealers before and it feels cakey, or by midday you kind of get that cakey, cracky look in your on your skin, and that is from you know, concealers that they kind of sit on the skin and they don't really have a moisturizing effect. And this one does. It absorbs quickly into the skin. It's very smooth and silky feeling. And one thing I did want to mention, when it comes to ingredient names in cosmetics, a lot of names, they appear to be like a chemical or that they're bad for your skin. And that's not always the case. Just as when you talk about some natural ingredients aren't that great for your skin. So it's not really black and white when you're reading labels and you see ingredient names. Make sure that you're doing your research. We make sure that all of our ingredients have a score of 3 or below on the Environmental Working Group website. And so just be cognizant of that when you're reading labels. But our concealer is awesome. Like I said, there's no caking on the skin, and we are actually coming out with a lot more shades for darker skin tones. We have some very, very exciting product launches coming soon for darker skin tones, and not just with color, but other products as well. So I don't want to give away too much, but you should be very excited for what's coming with Cosmikology.
So
And
the liquid foundation, yeah, go ahead, James, before I move
I was
on.
going to say that the concealer is beautiful. You know, with concealers, you definitely want the shades and the pigment to kind of serve as a brightener, right? So this is a great brightener. The coverage is beautiful, and there's no settling into fine lines, even though none of us have wrinkles whatsoever. But this formula blends so well in that delicate under eye area. So it's hydrating at the same time too. It covers any kind of blemish or dark circles that that I have right now. I'm not wearing any concealer, but it's a wonderful way to conceal and treat the under eye area. So this formula it's a good one.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, but once you turn 30, like putting powder under your eye just doesn't work anymore. So it's really important to have, you know, a liquid under there that can really absorb into the skin and create that, you know, that buildable coverage.
Mm-hmm.
The liquid foundation, you guys, is my absolute favorite. Like if I had to pick one thing and I had to live on an island and I can only take one thing with me, this would be it. You guys, man, if you are going out to dinner, you could put 2 layers of this and look like you just came out of a makeup studio, right? If you are just on a weekend trip or whatever, and you just want that light, barely there coverage, but you also want to look flawless, like you're going to get that here. This is my absolute favorite. And it just, the way it goes on your skin, it's almost like you've just been airbrushed. It's just a phenomenal formula that has been really great for my skin.
Yeah, it's a very buildable formula. So when we say that, you can have light coverage to dark, you know, thicker coverage, and it's just a great. It covers so well. And James, can you talk about what ingredient gives it the amazing coverage that it does?
Yeah, so it is a beautiful blend of pigment. So a pigment is color, is powder, right? So we've ensured that we've sourced specially pigmented, uh, uh, these pigments are, I would say, treated. And when they're treated, that means in a very molecule, sort of small, fine molecule point of view, they're treated with a beautiful, I would say, it's hard to it's hard to like actually to like tell you how it works. But have you heard of baked powders? I'm sure everyone has heard of baked powders. They're baked and they're pigment it to a point where it's going to be a beautiful, seamless lie down on the skin. The pigments are going to be dispersed to a point where it looks like second skin finish. So that was, I know that was something that was very important for Amy, that she wanted that seamless lie down on the skin that achieved that almost perfect looking skin. So this foundation definitely achieves that, and it's that beautiful balance of pigments to ensure that it's going to cover, but it's not going to look cakey. So this is definitely a no cake kind of liquid foundation. So that the pigment is top notch, extremely high end pigment.
Yeah, it really does feel like just second skin. It feels a part of your skin, and you don't. I feel like it doesn't look like you're wearing foundation for how well it blends into your skin. It's a great, great
Yeah,
product.
you guys, I have toddlers and, you know, like I'm at events and I'm hugging people and I don't want my makeup to wipe off on their shirt or like my kids throwing water at my face. Like I literally, it withstands everything. So it's just an amazing formula. You guys will absolutely love it. And it literally lasts forever. So our pressed powder, this is great to put right on top of that just to kind of mattify, absorb any leftover oils that you may have put into your skin or already have in your skin. I love the pressed powder. I actually use a combination of two colors so that I have a custom formula that looks like it matches me. But yeah, do you guys want to share anything about the pressed powder and the formulas that kind of went into that?
This
Well,
pressed powder has binding oils, and with any powder, the binding oil helps it actually retain its shape, even though it's pressed. But the binding oils are so beneficial, one, from a hydration point of view. So this powder is going to cover, right? It's definitely going to absorb that excess oil that you may have, but at the same time, too, it's going to condition the skin. Condition the skin with these oils that are definitely not going to irritate the skin or clog the pores. So I love this product so much just because you get that sort of blurred look. And that blurred look is a big ever-growing trend right now in the market, to lip, to face, that like beautiful blurred look. So this pressed powder, I love given the binding oils and the coverage it gets. It's actually high coverage, which is nice, and it's buildable.
the other thing that's so great about our pressed powder is it helps control shine throughout the day. And that's part with the green tea extract in it. That's a powerful antioxidant, and it really helps your skin so it doesn't have that midday oily look. So with this pressed powder, it really helps with that.
Our powder blush is, you know, I know it's important to use blush. Like I never thought that it was, but literally it's one of those magical things that make you look younger. Like the more blush I feel like the better because it just gives you that younger look. And I love that we have so many different kinds of this or different colors of this so that you can mix match and you can really have a different look depending on how you feel that day. Talc free, I think, is also a big deal. I know people are, that's one of the ingredients people are looking for of not to buy. Anything you guys want to share about our blushes?
Yeah, again, with the binding oil, so this oat kernel oil definitely is going to impact hydration on the face. You definitely don't want to use a blush that's going to make your face look dry, right? So this will give you a beautiful, I call it like that nice flush of color. And that flush makes you look more healthy. Gives you like a beautiful, just sort of healthy look on your face. These shades are the perfect shades to use all over the face for an extra flush. You can even use it as a healthy sort of contour moment for the face. So I love the versatility of this formula just because it really impacts hydration on that face. So you can really put it anywhere.
Yeah, and it also has the green tea extract in it as well. Great, great formula.
So let's get on to Soul, which is our eye colors. These are just so phenomenal. I use this literally every day. Like, well, either this one or
I do
that one.
too.
So this is the
Yeah.
Natural Goddess talc-free skin beneficial formula, buildable shades, especially if you are putting a little bit of the primer on your eye before you apply this. I mean, the colors just stand out, pops, and there's just a million combinations that you can use with this.
I have to say, this palette with the makeup artists that I've been working with, this has become their core staple palette that they use. Everybody, they start with this palette and then they will build on it with other palettes. But they said this is a great palette. It works for everybody, and just such beautiful, beautiful colors. Um, and again, it has these natural plant oils in it, so it really gives it just that smooth, silky smooth glide on your eyelids, which we know, like, your eyelids are, you know, they're a sensitive area, very thin skin there. And so you want a formula that glides on smooth and is actually good for your skin as well.
A term in eyeshadow is fallout. Have you ever noticed when you use sometimes an eyeshadow and you'll notice that the pigment has sort of traveled down your face and it lands up in this high cheekbone area? So that's one thing with this formula that I love so much. There's no fallout. So it definitely adheres to the eyelid, and it stays on, which by the end of the day, some horrible eyeshadows out there just ends up to be all over your face. So this one adheres nicely.
And I have to say, this Karma palette, kudos to our affiliates who have been using this palette and posting their after pictures. Like, totally amazing, beautiful what they've done with this palette. Beautiful colors that just, if you're not using this palette and playing with it, you really should, because the looks that you can get with it are just phenomenal.
Absolutely. I love it. And I've tried it numerous different ways, and I just love that you can just keep on creating. So our eyeliners are also super amazing. I love that they're more creamy. They're not so dry that I feel like others are kind of really drying. Um, there's a smudger tool on the other end of it, and if you pop off the smudger, there's literally a sharpener in there. So if you want a more crisp, you know, cat eye, or you want to wing that liner out, you can do that. You can just sharpen that tip up a little bit. If you want more of the smoky look, you can let it get dull and smudge that all in there. So really it caters to any look that you're going for. And of course, we've got multiple colors to achieve that.
There's a beautiful blend of butters and waxes that definitely eliminates tugging. I'm sure you've used some drier eyeliners in the past from other brands, that it's so hard to get like a really even, seamless sort of application. This one has such a beautiful blend. So it's a beautiful lie down, a beautiful just line across the eyelid without any of that annoying tugging.
But it also stays put. It doesn't, you know, the end of like midday, it doesn't migrate down here. It's a smooth formula, but
Right.
it stays put all day long.
No
That is
raccoon it's
Yes.
that's a big deal. And I didn't even realize that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I've just gotten used to having my makeup stay where it needs to be. I don't even think I could go back to any other brand. I've been really spoiled with this for sure. So you guys I got the brow compliment. That's definitely because of this right here. And I'll be honest, before using this brow pencil, I was a powder brow kind of person.
I was too, the brush.
Yeah, but you know what? This is way better. This is way easier for sure. I don't know if you guys have the same experience. You nail the first one, like the first eyebrow looks phenomenal. You start on the other one and it's like, what happened on this side? Like they're not sisters, they are cousins. This I feel like, and like one of them, like the one over here is like this one went to Yale, has a master's degree, like married once, you know, like has their life together. This one's grunge music, still in the basement at home. I don't know what the personality difference is for my eyebrows, you guys, but this helps bring them together so that they look like they're related. Like that's a big deal for me.
I
And
have
just
to,
yeah, no, go ahead.
oh,
I
sorry.
love
I have to say,
brows are a big deal.
when James first submitted this product to me and I saw the end of it, I was like, oh, that's really thin, like the top of it. And I thought, I don't know how that's going to work, because usually you see where the tip of the brow pencil is larger, right? But it is the perfect tip because it defines every eyebrow, and it just applies so easily, and you can get every little eyebrow, and then you just use the brush at the end to smooth it out. And I absolutely love this brow pencil. People that have tried it, that my family and friends are like, I have to have that brow pencil. I can't use any other brow pencil now. So it's a
Yeah.
great applicator.
I love the tip too, Amy. It really allows you to get like a true natural stroke of like a brow hair, right? So you really can go in individually and just do a little stroke, and you'll actually can mimic what you know, a hair follicle would be on the brow. So you can achieve, you know, maximum volume. I love the spoolie because it really, you're able to work in the pigment and really fluff the brow, which is, the fluffed brow is such a hot look right now.
And you get such a natural look, just beautiful. Your natural brows, but better.
My good
Sure.
friend who does brows, he does like Madonna's brows, Beyonce brows, and he's Tracy Ellis Ross. He knows brows, and he always said to me, the brow is the most underestimated part of the face, and it's sort of like mascara in the brow, right? If your lashes are beautiful like Amy's, and you have good lashes, um, and the brow, like you're good to go, you know.
Yeah, and it's like almost like a focal point on your face. Like if your brows are crazy, it's gonna, I'm just telling like it is, I'm gonna have a hard time having a conversation with you. Like we really gotta get it together, ladies, with our brows, because trends have changed, you know, and they go and they fluctuate in these cycles. Like sometimes it's the super thin, sometimes it's the, you know, the big bushy ones. Whatever your style is, just make sure that you got
It's a
it
lot of
together.
pressure
And
to try to get your brows right, right? It's a
it
lot of
really
pressure.
is. It is. And you need multiple tools sometimes. You guys, it's all in one right here.
This
Okay. You
makes
can
it
get your
so
whole life
easy.
together just from this product right here.
Pressure's off.
Pressure's off. We can have a whole conversation. All right. Well, you know what? I thought of that. I'm just gonna, because I met this big, massive networker the other day, and he's like, my wife's a supermodel. I'm like, of course she is. And but she's like so bold. She'll literally, in the middle of the conversation, if your eyebrows are crazy, she's writing down, here, you need to go see my girl about brows, you know, and go get fixed, please, before we continue on. I mean, listen, appearance is one thing. I understand image is not everything, but listen, we're in cosmetics, you guys, and we can really do a lot here. And your brows, your brows is the starting point of all happiness with your makeup.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to lips, because this is another big deal. I've never been a lip person, you guys, for sure. Like, you asked me to draw a straight line on my face, like maybe for Halloween I could pull it off. But this has been really easy for me to use. You know, even if you're a lip gloss kind of person or a chapstick kind of person, even if like whatever your style of makeup is, these liners are just so phenomenal, and they stay put and they're creamy, so they don't dry your lips out. Okay, the top lipstick or lip gloss, maybe it's a combination of both, out there is so drying that literally you can't even reapply it if you wanted to. It like creates so many cracks. Our formulas for our lips are so moisturizing, and I just love the way they look. So do you guys want to add anything to that?
I think what I love about, oh, go ahead, James.
No, good.
Oh, okay. So just as far as application, again, I love the applicator because you can get that defined lip line. And then just a little trick that I do, if I want a little bit darker shade on my lips, I will actually fill in my lips with the liner, and then I'll apply the lip gloss over it. So that makes a great combination as well.
That is a neat tip. Yeah, for sure.
I love the shape of this bullet. It's sort of like a triangle, and the triangle at the top is meant to get like a really, really precise line, and it's a little bit thicker in the bottom part of the triangle, so you can go a little bit deeper within the lip than just the line. We've tried this all over the lip, and you can actually use this as a lipstick. So I love how conditioning it is as well. So this one's beautiful, and I love the shades.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that. You guys hear that? You can use the lip liner as a lipstick. That doesn't mean we're not launching lipsticks someday, but in the meantime, while you're waiting, I mean, for sure you can use it as that right now. So that's exciting. So here's our lip glosses. These are so hydrating. I like, and they're mess free. Like you can't screw it up. You know, that's what I love about it. It just glides on, and it just has that natural look, but you can also create that wow factor, like date night look if you want to. So very flexible with, you know, how you want to wear it.
And also some lip glosses are very sticky. This one is not. It's not sticky at all. Very hydrating, smooth, and that is due to one of the main ingredients is the mango seed butter, which is very moisturizing to the skin. So this is a great formula.
So here's some of our testimonials. You can see our before and afters. Candace Bird Davis is on here. She said, finally, quality makeup that doesn't wreak havoc on your face. So she's absolutely loving the line. I know that her being before and after is just amazing. We have Jessica, who says, since she started using Cosmikology, her skin's been flawless and she hasn't been breaking out. So that's amazing. And I really like that because I don't want to be forced to wear makeup, you know? Like, don't make my face break out so that I have to wear makeup the rest of my life. I want to wear it because I want to wear it and I want it to look good underneath.
Jenna,
So,
I have to say, like, I feel like that's the most, the comment that we get the most with this line is my face is not breaking out anymore. And you know what? I don't know if everyone knows this, but when you switch makeup lines or skincare products, your face will tend to break out just because anytime you start something new, your skin's not used to that. So you might have some irritation or redness or breakouts. Everyone that I've talked to when they switch to this line, they don't have that happen. And it's actually cleared up their skin. So that's just a great comment that we continue to get from a lot of people.
yeah, definitely. So the other thing is they're affordable, you guys. You could compare us to the other MLM brands out there that claim to be clean, but maybe aren't. You can also compare us to what's in the retail stores, and they're going to be higher priced, perform less, and have worse ingredients. So it's really a no-brainer to switch, save your skin and save your money at the same time. And here's just a snapshot of our pricing. You guys will see that on our website. I really feel like this is the best way to get into this industry and into this business, really, is through our Cosmikology bundle. It's an amazing price. I've spent $200 on a product, just one product before. You're going to get everything, and it's 100 BV. So anything else you guys want to share before we wrap this up? Because we are at the end of our slides, and I'm so excited just to bring this to everybody today.
I think one thing that Jenna, you and I have talked about trends with James. And I think the one thing that stuck out in my mind the most is James has talked about how products are becoming more of hybrids. Well, guess what? We're actually ahead of the trend. Our products are already hybrids. James, do you want to quickly explain that?
Yeah, the big trend right now with color cosmetics is ensuring that formulas also treat the face. So they're also, I would consider hybrids a blend of color and skincare. So it's all infused into a hybrid. So people are really right now gravitating toward clean ingredients and also just those ingredients that impact just the overall health of the face. So these products definitely are considered hybrids, and yeah, definitely agree that these products are ahead of the trend in terms of serving both the purpose of making you look beautiful, but also that skin just being super healthy.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on here today. I think we've addressed a whole lot in a short amount of time, and it's been real, but you guys, it's time to wrap up. Don't forget to add this to your cart. If it's on the left-hand side of the screen now, you can check out now without even leaving the presentation. And don't forget to share this with as many people as you know, because women are wearing makeup every day. This is a daily choice. It fits into my daily choice. Bring this to the world. Make people beautiful from the inside out. So love you guys and see you on our next call. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.